Hello everyone. Hey, have you ever thought that behind all the ups and downs in our lives, is there a single, unchanging rule at work? Today, we're going to talk about this fundamental principle that governs all of us. We'll follow the guidance of the classic text, the law of karma, and try to unlock life's most core secret. Oh, by the way, before we dive into the discussion, I want to let you know that all the content we're sharing today is based on materials provided by the Buddha Nature Association of Australia. Alright, let's start with a fact we can see every day. In this world, nothing is forever. Look at the mountains and rivers, or our own birth, aging, sickness, and death. Everything is constantly changing. So, the question arises underneath all these seemingly chaotic and endless changes, is there really a single, unchanging law at work? The answer is yes. And this law is actually hidden in a term we often hear but might not truly understand, cause and effect. This is the fundamental principle for understanding everything. In plain language, the cause you planted in the past determines the fruit you receive now. It's a cycle that keeps turning and turning. Let's make this process clearer. Its core concept can actually be summarized in two very precise phrases: what you did in the past, you receive now, and what you do now, you will receive in the future. This means that everything we are currently experiencing is the result of past actions. At the same time, every thought, every word, and every action we take now is paving the way for our future. You might wonder how powerful this law is. This saying gives us a very good, and perhaps even a bit startling, reminder. When we first plant a cause, it might be just a small thought or a casual word, but when the time comes, the effect it produces can become incredibly huge, completely beyond our imagination. To help us better understand the relationship between cause and effect, the book uses two metaphors that I think are super vivid. The first is like a shadow following you. Just as your shadow is always with you, the result of the cause you plant can never be escaped. The second is like an echo responding to a sound. Just as when you strike a bell, the sound immediately comes out, the connection is instantaneous and inseparable. Okay, so now that we have a general idea of how this law works and how powerful it is, a more crucial question arises: if everything is determined by cause and effect, then who really holds the master key to our destiny? Many people might feel that our destiny is controlled by some god or demon, or to be more scientific, is it determined by the genes our parents gave us? But according to the law of karma, none of these are the real answer. So, what is the real answer? The answer is actually very simple, but its power is immense. It's this phrase: the origin is not in others, but in oneself. This means that you are the sole architect of your life. Not any external force, it is completely and utterly you. So, we can imagine life as an ocean of karma created by our own actions. While we're acting, we're also experiencing the results. When we do good deeds, we rise in this ocean. When we do bad deeds, we sink. This is how we constantly rise and fall in the ocean we created ourselves. This cycle, which is completely controlled by our own actions, is truly often filled with challenges and suffering. Therefore, the classic text uses a profound metaphor to describe this situation, which you've definitely heard before: the sea of suffering is boundless. But, the most crucial and hopeful part of this phrase is the second half: turn around, and the shore is there. This tells us that the possibility of liberation from suffering is always there. And the method is to turn around, to turn inwards and look at the actions of our own hearts. So, this brings us to our final and most fundamental question: if suffering and bondage are created by ourselves, then conversely, how can we create freedom and liberation for ourselves? The ultimate answer lies in this phrase: everything is created by the mind. Everything is extinguished by the mind. This reveals the most fundamental principle. All our experiences, whether suffering or happiness, being bound or being free, originate from our own mind. This mind created it all, and naturally, only this mind can stop it all. But I must clarify something very important here. The mind that can create everything is not our clear, bright, true nature. It refers to that mind of ours that is, full of habits, constantly changing and wandering, our deluded mind. So, after all this discussion, what is the most important insight it brings us? It's that every one of us holds the ultimate power to create our own lives. And this power exists in every one of our thoughts. Finally, I want to leave everyone with a question to really think about: since everything in life is created by your mind, then at this very moment today, what do you choose to create?